hi party people. I really hope I'm in frame because it's the first time for me to record this video, a video, when I cannot see myself, because I read that this makes a better quality, because this is what I do for you. Because I care about you. So I'm recording I guess I wanted to say the wrong way around, but it's probably the right way to record a video, which I found out after having recorded over 100 videos. I'm telling you, I like the same, but I do apologize if my video quality isn't great, okay? But that because I honestly I can't be asked with this type of stuff, okay? Same with sound and like audio and all of that, and lighting. And I just can't be asked, to be honest. I'm not good with this technology stuff, okay? So please just ignore all of this and listen to the message, okay? The message is what it's about. If you're still here, I'm not already pissed off. Hi, I'm Sunny, and I'm on YouTube to tell stories. I'm here to share about the beauty of life, share about addiction recovery and all of that stuff. Just my life, because that's what I've been through. I share what I know. I used to say, this is from fear to flow, and I talk about the things I know. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I'm gonna bring it back because I fucking love it, because it rhymes, and I'm a poet as well. So anyway, today just a short one because I have stuff to do. So, but I wanted to share the story where yesterday I was sitting at this vegan restaurant that I go to all the time because it's really cheap. I'm in Vietnam, and so life here is really cheap anyway. That's why I'm here. But also, I'm here for multiple reasons, but it's one of the reasons. And so I'm at this vegan restaurant with this beautiful owner, Amy. Shout out. Greetings I got out to you. And because I go there all the time, so eventually you're actually gonna start talking to the people, and some people are like, hey, I know you. Who are you? Why are you here all the time? It's like, well, I like the food. Anyway, all besides the point. So I was sitting there and eating my food, and it was so good. And I was just so grateful that I was in a place where I could just sit there and enjoy food, truly, genuinely enjoy eating, which that was, that for me, that is quite the accomplishment, because of having been in addiction and stuff, and having had bulimia, and just having had struggles with eating and food and all of that stuff for such a long time. And so being out in public and eating and really, really being able to enjoy it was such a wonderful thing to me. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple, but so beautiful. And just the fact also that I can't just go to restaurants here every day. I go to restaurants here every day because it's so cheap. It's just, it makes sense. It makes sense because when you go to the supermarket, you can't really, there's no really healthy stuff to buy here anyway. You can buy fruit or something, but it's still buying fruit would be more expensive than eating in restaurants and get actually a super healthy big meal. And so that's why I can eat in restaurants every day. So I'm gonna do that, and because I care about my body and I care about eating healthy, and so I and then I just make it a thing to truly fucking enjoy the experience, not just because of my past, but because just I think every human would benefit from just being in the freaking moment while eating. But just being in the freaking moment by doing anything, because that's truly the gift of life, is to be able to be present. Because what's the point in living your life when you're doing shit but you're already somewhere else in your mind, so you cannot enjoy what is, and then so you get to this other thing that's currently in your head at this moment. You're gonna get there because you were thinking about it before while you're eating your soup, And then you get there, and then while you're doing that thing that you were thinking about while you're eating the soup, you're already thinking about the next thing. And so you're not even present at the next thing that you're doing because you're already thinking at the thing that comes then. So I think that's just the sign of the times. I think that's just what we're going through as a collective in this day and age. And I think it's just shit because what's the point of like you go to bed at night and you're like, well, yeah, you can't even remember what you ate that day. And isn't that sad? Because don't we want to just enjoy every fucking day? Yesterday I was thinking about death randomly, not so randomly because nothing ever is random for me in life. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me that there is anything random, because how could be anything random when we are creating our own lives and we're all connected, and like our reality could never be random. Like, nothing just happens by default. Everything is like, everything has a reason, everything makes sense, and everything is a reflection of who we are. So nothing is random. And so anyway, so I'm thinking about death and just how quickly everything truly can be over. Like, we always think we're so safe. Like, although, what am I saying? I think humanity doesn't really truly think that they're safe. Like, I think everyone's just fucking terrified at all times and survival mode and trying to survive. So most of us aren't really feeling safe. But I think we just don't think about death consciously every day, right? I mean, in the sense that we truly like sit with it and we're like, okay, actually it could be over at any given moment, right? We're scared of death, I think, the whole time. Like, we're in fear all the time, but we're not actually facing the fear of death, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was just facing just the possibility yesterday that it really could be over at any moment. Like, I could, I don't want to think about what could happen, because why would I do that? But I could just, and I think my death would just happen very like, death usually happens very different from what we probably think about it would be. Like, anyway. So what's the point in even like trying to figure it out, right? But I was just thinking about the essence of death, just the event of death, right? And so I was like, yeah, I mean, like, this is not news to anyone. But yeah, it could be over at any time and at any given moment. And if that happens, then I want to say, well, at least I enjoyed my soup that day. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, as I was eating the soup, and I was just like, I had gone through some very important initiations yesterday throughout the day, and I was just transmuting a lot, and I was coming back home to myself as I do, because every day I come back home to myself even more. And so, having gone through these like intense initiations and stuff, I was really hungry because I hadn't eaten all day, and it was already like 3 p.m. That's wild shit, right? Oh God, I was just like thinking some people don't get to eat at all, and like, I have been in this position. Where, I didn't know if I was gonna eat that day, and what I'm gonna eat that day, and how I'm gonna have the next meal. So I'm rather grateful for every fucking meal I eat, right? But in any case, so I was eating, as I might have mentioned. And somehow I got this vision, this image about like a laughing Buddha, and how I was the laughing Buddha, because that's how I really felt at the time, because my belly was already like really full, because I had, I was lying to you. I was lying to you just now because I had eaten. I already had eaten. Sorry. Like, I didn't want to lie to you. It just happened. It was in the evening. But the first meal that I had was at 3 p.m. That wasn't a lie, but that was a different place. But anyway, right, so at dinner when I was eating the soup, I had this already like kind of full belly because I had so much liquid before that. And so I was just feeling like, and I was eating this massive bowl of soup, right? And so, as we know, soup has like quite the volume. So I was just like sitting there with my belly hanging out. But I was having such a good time, you know? So I was just like, I was having such a good time. And enjoying the moment and everything with my belly hanging out and slurping the soup. And as I was leaving the restaurant and everything, like I had this image of this laughing Buddha, just having a really good time in life, enjoying the good things in life, like food. I mean, that was really it. And then I had this remembrance, if you will, or I was just thinking about how my whole life I just really wanted to be skinny, and how my like the time spent in my teenage years and growing up to be an adult, and then most of my young adult life, I was super fucking concerned with and obsessed with the way I looked, and like needing to have the perfect body, and other things like wanting to have X amount of money and wanting to have that specific career, and like all of these external things that I thought that I needed in order to be happy. But yesterday I was like, I mean today as well, but yesterday I was like laughing with my belly hanging out, and we're like, yeah, fuck that shit. Like, I spent so much time trying to be perfect, trying to like look the way that I thought I needed to look to get this external validation, to get approval from the outside. And again, like it wasn't just about the looks, but also how much money I would have, the career I would have, the way like I would come across, like my status in life, right? And like just whatever the fuck, just anything that I thought that was important, that would get me like this external validation through other people. So then I could be happy. So then I could enjoy my life. And then I would be lovable. You know, all of these things. So I was like, what is this bullshit? Like, it's just all bullshit. It's just all bullshit. And that's just really the message that I wanted to bring across, that fuck what anyone screwed up the message, because I never know when to use anyone or everyone. Let me know in the comments, when do I use which one. Fuck what anyone else thinks. This is not a new message. This is not something that you haven't heard before. I know, but it's good to be reminded of these type of things, because truly, the truth of it is that you are everyone. You are all that is. You're the creator. You're the creator of your own reality, but you the overall creator, if you will. Like, every single soul out there is a version of you. You are one version of the big old one thing. So everyone else is another version of that big old one thing, which you can also call God, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? The spaghetti monster. So we are just all connected, and we all have the same hugely undescribably unfathomably I can't say that word apparently, and that's okay. You know the word that I'm trying to say. Trying applies in this situation because it's not working. This undescribable infinite power that connects us all that runs through all of us, which I call God. And I just imagine this like energy, right? It's just like energy, like white, yellow, golden energy that is just the power of everything, and that runs through all of us. We're connected with that thing, that power, all of us, and we all are the exact same power and as powerful as everyone else. Like, I am not more powerful than you, you're not more powerful than me, but we are all incredibly fucking powerful, infinitely powerful. And that's just the truth, like the truth how I see it anyway. And so everyone is just a reflection of who we are. Everyone is just another version of who we are, but in our own reality, where we are the main character, and that is the truth. Why would we, as the version that you are, the version of God that you are, why would you give power to anyone outside of yourself? Why would you give power to another person? Why would you give more power to another person than yourself, right? And so in my reality, where I'm the main character, why would I give more power to people that are not me to give them the power over me, to tell me when I can be happy, when I can enjoy life, how I need to be, how I have to present myself? Why would I give other people the power to judge me, to control my life, to control how happy I can be? Like, that would be stupid, right? So I'm not gonna do that anymore. But I used to do that my whole life. I used to give all the people outside of me so much more power over me, because I let them decide about if I was worthy or not, which is also kind of, I mean, two things are always true at the same time, but because at the end of the day, everyone is always a reflection of who you are. So of course, everything starts with yourself. So of course, it all started with me thinking, oh, I'm not worthy, thinking that I wasn't good enough and all that, and that then other people would then reflect that back to me, right? So when it comes down to it, there really is no one else but you. So everyone is just always going to reflect your thoughts and belief systems back to you, right? So when you think you are powerless, when you think you aren't worthy, not good enough, when you think you have to change in order to be lovable, when you think you first have to work so much more before you can enjoy your life and all of these things, well, then this is going to be your truth, this is going to be your life, and that's how it's going to be. So, but you can also just not do that. You can also just decide that, wait, I can't just be happy now the way I am. I can just accept myself the way I am right now in this moment, and love myself the way I am, and have fun and be a fucking laughing Buddha with your belly hanging out, eating soup. And enjoy the soup. Like, you can just choose what you want to do. It's your life. And so I was thinking, you know, Buddha one time was thin, I think. Like, don't come for me, I don't really know anything about any of that stuff. But I think what I can remember is that at one point Buddha didn't have so much to eat, I think later in life or something. But anyway, but at some point he was also fat, right? Something like that. You can just enlighten me in the comments. But then there was also Jesus, right? And Jesus, I think, I also don't really know much about that. But like, Jesus, wasn't he like fasting for like 40 days or something? So he probably was thin. So there we have like the like laughing Buddha with his belly hanging out, and we have a starving Jesus. And so I'm like, wait, when you think about it, are these two guys not worth just the same? Does Buddha have less worth when he's fat than when he is thin? Or does he have less worth as a human than Jesus because he's fasting? I don't fucking think so. So when you think about it like that, it's like, okay, that leads me to the conclusion that no matter your body weight, no matter how much money you have, no matter your job title, no matter how many friends you have, no matter what your nose looks like and all of this stuff, you are just inherently worthy. And you're not ever less worthy because of the way you look, because of your circumstances, right? Because you can just lose weight or gain weight. Are you then more lovable than before, more worthy than before? It doesn't make any sense, does it? So these were just the thoughts that I wanted to share, and now I shared them, and now I'm hanging up. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Give this video a like and subscribe and all of that stuff. You know what to do. Okay. Goodbye. I love you. That's really boring, isn't it?